Greetings, family, friends, and survivors. Well, we just put a clear coat on the noodle board. And Carol asked Dad to build this for her. And this noodle rack just lifts right off of here. So it can be stored. And that's for rolling out pies, making biscuits, cutting noodles, hanging noodles to dry them on the rack there. And then it'll store behind the wood stove there. And the other thing we're working on is that ledger right there. Isn't that absolutely incredible wood? Look at that. That's madrone. It is amazing. Very difficult to dry. We took a 36-inch or better 8-foot log and sunk it to the bottom of the pond. Almost a decade. I think it was 7 or 8 years to get the cells in the wood to equalize from the bound water to the free water. If you don't know what that is, do some research on kiln drying. At any rate, that ledger is going to hold a table that swings up and locks into place right here on the edge of this countertop. And then when it's done, the legs fold up underneath and it goes right back up against the wall. And Dad's been working on this in his spare time for a few months. I can't finish the install until we pull that old electrical conduit out that used to go to the electric oven that was here, but we're off grid, so we don't need that anymore. So as you know, this countertop here is all English walnut, and the floor is blue pine. And it's kind of dark in here, but this is that tabletop that's going to swing up into place. I can't show you the legs, they're underneath. I just put a clear coat on this, the first clear coat on the top. And this is also madrone. And we want a distressed look where it looks like it's been resurfaced, but not perfect. And that's the theme of the whole house. The entire house is made of every different kind of wood you can imagine. And that's how we roll around here. We build with what we have. We try to hold the themes, like this room is all live oak shelving. And this room is live oak shelving, but the office upstairs is all black walnut. Most of the trim in the house is Port Orford cedar. This countertop is madrone. The other countertop is English walnut. Just love that curly wood. Isn't that beautiful? And you see, we didn't finish it out. I could have sanded it one more time. Dad told me if you want it perfect, hit it one more time. Well, we don't want it perfect. You can see kind of some sanding marks in here. We don't really want to distress it, beat it up with chains and drop stuff on it, because that would take, 10 clear coats or casting a resin over the top. We want a workable surface, but we don't want it to look, perfect. This is a ranch house. Anyway, another clear coat on that surface, and then Dad will come over and help me install it, and I'll have to pull that conduit out from underneath the house. And the idea for this thing, when we have all of the family here, and we've had home fellowships here over the years, and 30 people in this area downstairs has been functional. But when you do that, you can have your desserts and coffee and stuff and there on the counter, and people go in one way, and it's nice to be able to come out the other way. In fact, when we did our Thanksgiving dinner, I think there was 18 of us here, and we just decided buffet style, and park all the kids in there in the dining room, and we extend the 2 tables, and you can seat, I think, 16 at the table. But it's easier to kind of do a buffet, which means you have to be able to go in one way and come out the other way. So we wanted this table to be able to be removable. So it's going to be on a piano hinge and just fold down. But when Carol's in pie making mode, we want Carol to have all the room she needs for pies. And also when it's canning season and it's time to put up the summer's garden, or it's time to put in the fall meat harvest, put it up in cans, then it's nice to have the extra shelf space when you're working. But you don't want it all the time. Most of the time it's just Carol and I, and we're not canning year round, so it's nice to be able to walk through here. Except for my sons that are tall. Matt's 6'5", and he says, "Why do you hang this so low?" Well, gosh, son, it's 4 inches, 5 inches over the top of my head, but he bangs his head on those pans. But that's his fault, not mine. He decided to be big when he was born. All right, well, that's the name of that. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Have a blessed day.